we'll run through the homework that's we have homework assigned to us last Friday, and we're told that's where we're going to start today, and that will culminate the rudiments of programming before we go into more exciting gaming and how to write the algorithms for games. Okay, so our teacher is going to test us on the knowledge we have so far, or proficiency we have so far on the rudiments that we've learned. So, and I can say that if we have not been practicing, we won't have much to show. So, I'm going to hand over the mic to our lecturer, our teacher, and then today's work will start. So, fasten your seatbelt. HIB, please have the mic.
All right, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. We are excited to be back in class this evening for the continuation of our project that we started last week. I will want to go through the project first, then we will come back to discuss the task given to all of us to be performed over the weekend. So last week, we started writing a program that can help us process purchase of some items in our store. I'll do a quick recap of what we did. We defined our price list, which contains all the items that we sell and their selling prices. We used a dictionary object to capture that. Then we produced a function called show valid products, which shows us eligible products that people can buy. Anything outside that will be returned as an invalid product that we don't sell. So we kept that in a list. It's a list of items, but we are deriving it from the price list dictionary function. Then we defined another function called get unit price. This get unit price will receive a parameter or an argument item. Any item you supply to it, it will check the valid price list. If that item is there, it will bring the value or the price that we want, and it will return it to us. Then this is where we were checking if the product is in the list that we sell. If it is, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. Then we wrote a function that can help us calculate amount automatically if you give it the price and quantity, and it will return the results to us. Then the main part of our program started from here. We decorated the header. This is where we said, okay, you have 42 asterisks with this statement under it, and then another line of 42 asterisks. Then there will be a space after that line. Then the customer name will be required. The mobile number of the customer will be required. We'll put a space. Then we created 4 baskets for keeping item, price, quantity, and amount. Then our dialogue started here. And then we took a break and then went home. Now I'll do something tonight. I will knock this part off, just a small adjustment. I'll come back to it. Don't bother your head. So I have this part now. I will also put a comment here because I don't know what's there yet. So we have product. People are going to supply the product that they want to buy from us. That's what this part is dealing with. So it's already showing me that there is a problem with the structure. That's why I have this wiggly line. It expects my statement to start from this imaginary line here. So, and it is indented further. So I need to press space bar. Sorry, my backspace to move it back. I don't need this now. Okay, this is what I want the program to look like for now. So we are asking for product. Product will be given to us. we need to ask for quantity. Let's just write the program in a very basic way. So it's asking for quantity of, and then we will pass format, we'll pass product here. So they will give us quantity. And typically, remember I said, once you get the product and you get quantity, product will give you the price automatically. So I'll say price is equal to get unit price, and we'll pass product to it. Then amount will be get amount, we'll supply price and quantity. And that is it for the first product. But we want the program to ask us, do you still want to buy? So how do I get that? I'll go up here and say still buying is true. Okay. And I'll modify this to say while still buying. Okay, while still buying is true. You just keep it as while still buying. Then I'll come in here and say response will be input. Do you want more products? Okay, and I'll tell them I need yes or no response from them. So when I ask this question, I'm expecting a response. So if they reply dot upper, because I know people can give me lowercase or uppercase. So I'll say if the reply is equal to yes, okay, then it means still buying, still capital S, still buying is true. Else, still buying is false. And if still buying is false, I will break out of that loop. It should not be asking me the questions again. And it should just tell me the result at that point. So just for us to test if that works, we will come back here and say, this customer has selected this, and that. I think this is fair. So we'll make just one small adjustment to the code. Here, since we're talking about customer item basket, price basket, and co, we'll just demonstrate what we mean by that. So this will be amount basket dot append. We will add amount to it once we get the amount. Price basket, because there is also a basket for that, dot append. We'll add price to it. Quantity also has its own basket, quantity basket dot append. We'll add quantity to it. Then item has its own basket. We will add that product that the user has bought to it. So somewhere down here, we can say the customer has selected this at this price, and the prices are this. Okay, we can easily make it simple. This customer, I'll nullify this part that says selected items. Selected items are this. And we'll simply just format and then keep it at item basket. Okay. We will expand it. Just hold on a second. These are the item basket. One more bracket. I'll come back here and say approved prices are, this will be price basket. Chosen quantities are, we'll say quantity basket. Then the last one here will be amount values are amount basket. All right. So let's run this first and see what it will give us. If I right click sales project and I run it, it's asking me here, what's the customer name? Let me pick from my attendees. I'll pick Mila. Okay. Mobile number 0802-338-4040. Okay. So product name. Remember, we must put valid products here, at least for now. Let me just go in and put milk. And then it's asking me for the quantity. I want 10. And you can see what the program is asking me. Do you want more products? If I say yes, I do, it will start asking me the questions again. So what else? If I have milk, then I should buy sugar. How many? Let me say 7. Do you want more products? Let me say no. At least I've bought 2. And you can see it stops asking me questions about products, and it just says, I have selected milk and sugar. The prices are 15 naira for milk, 4 naira 50 kobo for sugar. The quantities, I said 10 for milk, 7 for sugar, and then it gives me the amount for both of them. 15 times 10 is 150. 4 naira 50 kobo times 7 is 31 naira 50 kobo. So this is what we will use eventually to display our result. But at least we know this program can ask us many times if we want to buy more products. Okay. So let's now build on that and then introduce a bit of flair into it. Now, rather than just jumping straight into asking questions like this, remember last week we said we must validate each element before people, can go in. For instance, if I put in a wrong name for the product, this program will not have worked, and I can demonstrate that to you. If I came in here and say Miriam Badero, and I put some numbers, and it says product name, and I put orange, it tells me quantity for orange. Oh, we are not validating, so it just accepts it. All right, 12. It says there's a problem because when it got to where it was supposed to get the price, it could not get a valid price for orange, and then there is a problem. It returned an error. So we don't want this to happen to our code. So last week we started discussing how you can validate every input before you make use of it. So I'll go back to that and say, while true, okay, for product, I'll say try something with this exception. If there is an exception, then display a message. Print, where's the bracket? Print error, invalid input. That's the message that I want here for now. But what is the message that I want the user to see? I'll copy this into the memory. I need it, make a copy of it. But I actually need this up here. So I drag them into that place. So try asking users for product name. If they give in the correct one, it should be validated. So we'll come in here and say, if is valid product. Yeah, we'll pass product to it. If is valid product, then we will add the item to the basket. But if it is not a valid product, look at it. My else is on the same line as my if. Some people sent some homework and this was the only error that they made because the indentation was not properly done. So if it is not a valid product, what should we do? We should display a message to the user saying error, error. We do not sell this in our store. So we do not sell what? Format the product. So we need to let them see what we sell. So we need to print, we here are our valid, but this is too long. We just say our valid products are what? We'll pass the variable called show valid product. Yep, show valid products. Some other people may choose to not write it that way. I'll show you another variant. Another variant is to say valid product is equal to show valid product. And in here, they will just say valid product. Okay. So it will show them that. And in our own case, if everything works well, we should break. Yeah. If it doesn't work well, then they should go back. Let's see. Why is this one complaining? I'm not renaming it. So this is the flow here. Prompt user for product name. If they put in anything, first check, is it a valid product? If yes, add it to the basket and continue working. That's the meaning of break here. Otherwise, if it is not a valid product, tell them this, error, we do not sell this product in our store. Then give them the list of the valid product that you sell, and then send them back to re-enter the product name. That's the way this is going to work. One element that I'll put into this is the element of space. Yeah, during the dialogue. So that covers that first part. We will test it shortly. I haven't done that for the first part. I need to do it for the second part also, which is the quantity. People will be asked, or users will be asked to supply the quantity for the valid product. If they supply it, we should not just accept whatever they supply on the face value of it. We should validate it and say, if quantity is less than or equal to 0, then do something. And that is print a message, tell them this is an error, 0 or negative values not allowed. Okay, it should be 0, not 0. Now I'm speaking another language. Okay, so that's the message that you want them to say there. Else, elif, not else if, elif, another condition, if quantity is more than 20, also tell them something. Print error. This part may be a little bit above your level, but I will explain the logic. We can't sell more than 20 units of this to you. So say dot format, I'll put product there. Else quantity, else quantity, no. This is what should happen there. The next line that I'm bringing in. Yeah. So else, it means the quantity is valid. It should do this, and then it should break from this while loop and continue. Now I go back to line 96, where I'm testing if the product quantity is more than 20. The reason why I put this is partly for two things. One, just for you to see that you can set the upper limit for what people can buy. A single customer can't just come into your shop and buy all the oranges that you sell. Yeah, it makes logic sense to you to sell everything to one person and you make your money quickly. But big stores don't work that way. Because when other customers come, then they have nothing to buy. They will be dissatisfied. You are not serving one customer. So they always try to put like a limit to what a single customer can buy. So in this case, I've set it at 20. If you come in and you buy biscuits, you can't pick more than 20 pieces unless you are placing a special order, and then we will know in advance. But if you just come in and you buy all the biscuits, and there are other customers who want biscuits, they won't get anything. So that's why I set limit of 20 there. So once the quantity is validated, it will be added to quantity basket. Otherwise, it will keep returning error until you put the valid entry. Now we have products, we have quantity. We need to go and get the price and the amount. And this is where we will do that. We will go in like this and say our price is going to be get unit price. We don't need to validate that. We already did in the code. Amount is going to be like this. And it will ask you, do you want more products? Yes or no. The program will keep running. And then the results will come out. We'll format this result later. But as it is, our program is more intelligent. If anybody puts in anything that's inappropriate, it will tell you that, sorry, you are not allowed to do that. So let's run this and put Tijani Abdullah as the customer. We give him some random phone numbers. And then what does he want to buy? He wants to buy egg. He is buying 5 units. And then the program ends there. So we've made a mistake. Okay, we've made a mistake. And the mistake will be more of a loop content thing. So I'll just zoom in a little bit. Give me a moment to check. And I'll tell you where the mistake is. So if it was prompted for product, that's not a problem. The product went in and then everything ended. So while statement for product is true, correct. Then I did validation for product. So this didn't get here. This didn't get here because this break was what sent the program out. Okay, so let's see what will happen if I do comment this here. Okay. No, I don't want that to happen. Sorry. Hold on a second. I have this code written because I worked on it after the class on yep. So this is my own code. Okay, so they're pretty much the same. Okay, so this one goes out here. Yeah, sorry, I think I've seen where the error is. Yeah, so it's here. The indentation was wrong. Yeah. So this is it. So I brought this back here. So if I run our sales project again, I will go back and put Tijani Abdullah, some random numbers. Product name, egg is buying 10. What? Another error. Name quantity is not found. Where is the quantity? Quantity is here. Product is here. Let me see where the line is. Line 106. This place here. So it can't find the quantity. This. I come back here. I was operating outside a wider while loop. So this should be my loop here. Okay, so if I come back here, everything should be fine. I run again. This is what they call debugging. You are removing the errors in your code, okay? I'm debugging Abdullah Tijani. I have some random numbers for his phone. He wants to buy egg. Aha, so you can see there is a problem. He got the name of the product, but it's not getting the remaining bits. And the remaining bits should be, you should ask him for quantity. Okay, you should ask him for quantity after this part. So let me look through what I wrote last week, because it's essentially the same thing. We were up together up to this point. So handle item purchased. Okay, try product, validate. If the product is correct, add it to the item basket, break. Otherwise, display the error message that this product is invalid. And okay, I think I can see the error. I think I can see the error, but let's illustrate with this. So when you get here, this part is handling the validation of the quantity. It asks for the quantity you indicate, and then it does all of the calculations for you. Let me run this. I hope this works. I wrote it last Friday and I didn't even bother my head. So this is Abdullah Tijani. I give him some numbers. So he's buying egg. Oh, you don't like egg. Okay, so this is asking for quantity 10. Aha, so you can see it has accepted egg and the quantity. So it's asking for more items. So let's give him bread. No, that shouldn't be. Do you want any more item? I should have responded yes or no, not put bread. Something is wrong with me tonight. TJ. This is the name. Let me go slowly. Okay. So I'll give him egg, 10 units. Okay, do you want more? I'll say yes. Then what's the product? Bread. How many units? Let's buy 30. It's for many boys. Ah, you can't buy more than 20 units. So you can say that. So let me buy 15. Do you need more products? I'll say yes. We need sugar. Quantity. I don't know how they count sugar, but let's put 5. Do you need more products? I'll now say no, because we've bought 3 things. And then it comes back here to say you bought egg, bread, sugar. The prices for the 3 items are 12.50 kobo, 10 naira, 4 naira, 50 kobo, respectively. And the quantities that you bought are 10 naira for egg, 10 units for egg, 15 for bread, 5 units for sugar. And then the amount will be 125 for egg, 150 for bread, 22.50 kobo for sugar. So that is the sequence. But this is not the way people always want to see it. They want to see it in a more interactive manner. So this is like a test. This line 129 is a test. So how do you go about displaying the results in a better way? We'll come in here, say output formatting. So in our mind, we want them to see a line, print asterisk. I don't know how many we need, but let me just put like 45 for now. Typically, we will need 2 lines of that nature. And in between them, we need to put some things like print serial number. We always have this. Then we will have item. We will have price. We will have quantity. And we will have amount. These are the column headers, okay? And we're supposed to put our values under them. But let me show you one thing here. You've never learned this. These are too close to one another. So I'll put this backslash with T. That's a tab. It's like you're pressing tab on your keyboard. That will create 3 space between serial number and item price, and item rather. When I get to item, I'll put tab. It will create 6 slots between item and price. I'll put 1 tab after price between price and quantity. I'll put 1 tab between quantity and amount. You will see the impact of these tabs very soon when I run this. So let's run this quickly and see the effect. We'll just use one item. Customer XXS, blah, blah, blah. We'll buy egg, 18. No, we're not buying anything again. Okay. So I just want you to see the effect. So you can see it comes to the lower part when we are formatting the results. It draws a line. I can see we need just 2 more to complete the sequence. And then the effect of having this space between serial number and item, or between item and price, it was this /T that gave me that effect. And if I need twice the space between this and the other one, I put /T. So it's like you press tab twice on your keyboard. So this space is 2 times the size of this. This is where trial and error comes in. When you put your result and it doesn't suit your visual appeal, you can adjust the number of tabs that you have. But for now, I know this is supposed to be 47, and this is supposed to be 47 also.
Oh.
Okay, so it draws 2 more asterisks there, and we should be fine. And we can make it 48, but let's test with 47 first and see some random customer names, some random phone numbers. They want to buy milk, unit. We are not buying anything again. Okay, I think we're in order. So the headers have been well formatted. Now, the next thing we need to do is to put under serial number, figure 1 for the first item. Then we will write milk, not milk with square bracket, just milk alone under item. Then under price, we will put 15. Under quantity, we will put 1. And under amount, we'll put 15. That's the next task that we need to perform. So that's not a bad thing. So we'll just come down here and say, how do we go about doing that? We don't know how many items are there. We have no idea. Okay, so this is the way I will do it. I'll say line item. Line item means every product line that people are buying. I'm creating a line item entry. Okay, this line item, I can form it easily because I have an idea of what the structure looks like. Okay, so just hold on a second. So I'll say line item will be something which will be a number. This is the number for serial number. This number should have a tab after it. And then we will go to the product that we want to buy. So we'll say we have item basket. So that will be another placeholder. And after that, we'll do tab. We will put another placeholder. Then we'll do tab to get to quantity, another placeholder, tab, and we'll get to amount. I will explain what I'm doing. Just follow me for now. So this is what I have in mind. The first part there is supposed to be my serial number. I have no idea of what the serial number is. So let me just keep it the way it is. But somewhere along the line, okay, let me say comma. The next thing that I want to put will be the item. I hope, wait, is it item basket? Yeah, it's item basket, we called it. Item basket. That's what we call it. Okay, don't worry, I'll fix this error. I want item basket, the first item there. Then after the item, I need price basket to be brought out. Then I need quantity basket. That's the next one. Then amount basket. Not the way I have them here. I don't need them this way. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is to check how many items are in the basket. Hold on a second. Check basket size. So I'll say size of the basket is going to be the length of item basket. So I'll now say for item in, sorry, don't use item again. For X in range size, range 1 size 1. I want to define this and say X should be here. Okay. This should be X minus 1. All the other guys should be X minus 1. I'll tell you the mathematics that's going on in my head so you don't run into issues when you are repeating it. Yeah. This is a bit technical, but you can get it and you will get it. Okay. So this is what I want to write here. Amount basket, fill the paragraph. And I guess that's it. So once I'm here, I will write one more line and say print line entry item or line item entry. Now, let me tell you what I've done here. Maybe I should run it and then give you an explanation later. Let's go into our program and put Ridwan Alabi. Okay. I made a mistake with your L. Apologies. 0802-338-4040. So he's buying egg. He's buying 10. Okay. Do you want more item? I put yes. This time around, he wants bread. He's buying 5. This is enough. We can illustrate with 2 items. So here I'm not buying anything again. See what my program has done. My program goes to this part, start checking from line 129 in the code. We used 130 to 132, this part, to produce this header. And it is working the way we want. Now, with that header there, I want to go through all the items, that we have bought. Of course, there is an error which we have to fix. That's part of programming. So I checked the size of what is being bought. And I realized that, it dropped one item. So I should have done size +1 because I started from 1. Normally, it should have started from 0. But I don't want that to be the situation. Okay. So if I had written 0 here, please watch this. If I made it just size without all of these steps, here I will have written x +1, and the rest of them will carry x easily. So let me adjust and then explain myself. Now, what I have done here is to say, when we are done buying items, when the user says, I'm not buying anything again, check how many items have been bought. That's what this size is checking. Your shopping cart, it checks how many items do you have there. So in our case, it should have been 2. Okay, so I'm now saying for X in range 2, remember it's supposed to be 0, 1. So it will go in the first time and put 0 under serial number. I don't want that to happen. So that's why I said add 1 to 0, and it will display 1 to you. But when it is looking at the item basket, price basket, quantity basket, and amount basket, all of them will start from 0 to the last item. So I retained X for those ones, and it will loop through. But then I'm realizing here that even after doing that, the tab, I needed more tabs than I have at the moment. So for the first guy, I'll just say, do one more tab. Let me see the impact of that. So I'll put /t here. Don't put TT for all of them. Adjust the first one, and then you see the effect on others. So let me run this again and put Ikeoluwa here. Some random phone numbers. She will buy more than one item. 10 bread. No, shouldn't make that mistake. We are buying more than one item. So the next product is bread. We're buying 5. Do you want more item? Yes. What else? Let's buy sugar. We buy 3. Any more item? No. And then we should have our result. Now, so you can see here that serial numbers are coming out as we wanted them to. We have 3 items and they are 1, 2, 3. The items are now aligned to the column header, egg, bread, sugar. And you can see automatically the prices are also aligned. So are the elements for quantities. So the only thing that we need to adjust here will be this. For line 1, quantity and amount. Quantity is okay, amount is not okay. For line 3, same problem. For line 2, the quantity is not aligned properly. So we need to work on that. And you don't go to this side. This part is static. Leave it the way it is. You only make your adjustment here. So we are good with the first parameter, which is the serial number. We are good with the second parameter, which is the item. We appear to be good with the third parameter, which is the price. So the challenge is with quantity. So let me add one more tab to quantity and then see what the effect will be. So let me see. Serial number, item, price, quantity is here. This is my quantity. So let's see what this is going to give us when we run it. This is just like formatting. Our job is pretty much done. The logic is in place. Ikeoluwa, mobile number, some random numbers. Product 1, it's bread. Yeah, we're buying 15. Yes, we want more products. We are buying milk. We need 10. Yes, we want sugar. No, sorry, it should be yes. The product name is sugar. We want 12. Then we are not buying anything again. Yeah. So you can see here, we are good with serial number. We are good with item. Our price is okay. Our quantity will have been perfect, except that for line 3, it pushes quantity in one bit, and that's what pushed the amount in beyond the other elements here. So we can just look at it and say, okay, if item is fine, which is this, we can do one more thing for quantity, put one more tab, so that this 15 and 10, they will be under directly in the middle of quantity if they are not jumping out. And we can leave them the way they are. And then find a way of fixing this last one. But this last one is like this because these guys are 2 elements. These are 2, and this is showing 3 characters. And it's that extra character that pushes this 12 off where it should be. And because 12 has been displaced, 54 is also displaced. So we can fix that easily. Just because of our demo, I'll go up and make all the products come out with the same number of characters. So this will be 12 naira. Maybe we make this 45 naira, 35 naira. So if we run with this, we will be spot on. So let's run this again. So I have Ibrahim Raji, mobile number 0802-338-4040. He's buying bread. He's buying 15. Yes, I want more. He's buying egg. He's buying 10. Yes, I want more. He's buying, he has bread, he has egg, he needs milk. Let's buy 5. Okay, we can even give him 10 as well. Okay. Do you want more item? Yes. What has he not bought? He has not bought sugar. Okay. I say 11. Do you want more item? I say no. And we're there. So you can see now that by merely adjusting the unit price for the product in the price list, we do not need to alter the format of our output down here. So we now have a more visually appealing output. And the only thing we need to do is just to move this last set of figures, 150, 120, 150, 495, to move under amount. And if that's the scenario, you go to this part and put /t. And I'm putting it there because amount is stored in this variable here. Okay, so the space between quantity and amount, we are putting 3 tabs there. to move the figures in there. The alternative could have been we will move price a little bit. If we move price by one tab, then quantity and amount will move automatically. And this is what I mean. If I remove what adjustment I made to the space between quantity and amount, and I go to price and quantity, which is this space, my price will be shifted almost outside where unit price is. So maybe I'll just come up here and say unit price. Okay. That means I will add 5 more tabs or 5 more asterisks to this to make 52. 5 more to make 52. So I want to push price in by one element. So this is serial number, product, price. So this is where my price is going to be. So I'll push tab here and we will be fine. So let's run this again. Waris. Okay, let me see. Oh no, Wale San 0902334567 Okay, so we are selling bread to them. They are buying 10. We sell milk to them. No. It should be yes or no. Yeah, I keep making that mistake. Product name, milk. Yeah, we sell 12 to them. Do you need any more product? Yeah, let them buy like 4. Egg, they've not bought egg. Let them buy like 15. Sugar. See, I'm looking at 2 screens. So sugar, I don't know, maybe 12. Then I'm not buying again. Yep. So you can see that it is almost there, almost. So unit price is adjusted correctly, but quantity is still like not there. So this is something you can play around with at your convenience to get something that is spot on. But this is not a technical thing. This is more like just adjusting all of these steps. So as a quick recap, I'll go back. But that means that, okay, your project is pretty much done. I'll just do one more thing here at the end and say, print a space. Then you probably will come in and say another print statement. Thanks for your patronage. We look forward to seeing you again. Yeah, something like this. In fact, you may not write something this long. You can keep it this short. Yeah, thanks for your patronage. And I can put the customer name, sorry. It should be format customer name. Yeah. So this is an enhancement to that. So I'll say this part is the footer of the output. So if we run this for one last time, before we review what is in there, this is the header. And I can tell you the part that is working at every point in time. If I go back, this is the part that is decorating this message that we get here. It's this part that is handling it. Then this message, customer name, prompting us for something, it is this line that is working. So I'll respond and say, I am Miriam. I'm looking at two screens, so apologies if I make a mistake, but I'll try not to. 08174600 Yeah. So Miriam wants to buy what? She wants to buy milk. She's buying 15 units. Does she want more? Yes. What else does she want? We can sell bread to her. How many? She buys 10. Does she want more? Yes. What else? Let's sell egg to her. How many units? 18. Does she want more product? Yes. What else? Sugar. I have to be careful. Sugar. Sugar is spelled this way, correct. How many does she want? 11. Does she want more? Yes. Which other product do we have that we can sell to her? Pepper. Yeah. So we can still sell pepper. My worry now is how do we quantify pepper? Maybe it's a nylon bag. So we'll sell like 10. Does she want more? No. And then we get in here. So the dialogue that we went through is controlled by this part, line 76 through line 127. That's the part that controls that dialogue. And then this header in the output is controlled by these three lines. And the method for putting all of the items in their respective spots under those headers is controlled by this part. And then thanks for your patronage, Miriam Badro. This is the message, and the program exits. So this is your first project in Python. I will go through it again. You will be allowed to ask me questions, and I'll sort those questions out, and then you have the challenge of reproducing something like this on your own, and you share your challenges on WhatsApp. So we started the project on Friday by defining our price lists. And these are the items that we sell, and we indicated the unit prices for them. We kept them in a dictionary object. On the basis of that price list, we can indicate products that we sell by extracting the elements of the product, which are the keys of the items. So we produced that and kept it in a list. Then we produced another function that can look at the price list and give us the values. The values are the 10, 15, 12, 45. So we extracted the values and kept them in, for a given item, we can get the unit price by using the get method. Then we checked if the item that you have indicated is in the list by producing a function called isValidProduct. On the basis of that, we produced another function that can help us calculate our amount once we know the price and the quantity, and the amount can be a float. And then we started the body of our program. We decorated the header like this. This is our first real-world Python project. We put 42 asterisks on top of it. And if people ask, oh, how did we get 42? Count from T to dot. You will find 42 characters there. So that's how I got 42 that is here. Then the dialogue started by asking the customer for his or her name, the mobile number. You realize that we didn't use the mobile number. We could have done that somewhere here where we are printing the result. Yes, after the last item. So we can put the customer name, the customer phone number, the date of transaction before we will now list out these items that we have here. And remember something that is still missing here. Most times you won't just see the figures like this. They will now tell you there is a total value of what has been bought. we need to indicate the total value of what has been bought under 350. Then we will need to put VAT, which is 7.5% of that total. We will add the VAT to the total amount and we'll get the grand total. So those are things that you can add to this to enhance it. So the dialogue started with getting the name of the product, checking if the product is valid or not. If it is valid, it moves on. If it is not, it returns appropriate error message to the user and gives the user the list of valid products. Once product is validated, it is added to the basket we created for product. Then after that, it goes into validating quantity. So you indicate the quantity of item that you need. We don't want negative or zero product quantity. So if anybody puts in 0 or negative quantity, they will get this message. If they try to buy more than 20, they will get this message. Otherwise, the quantity is fine. And that's why we added the quantity to the basket we created for the quantity. And we repeated that for as many times as you want. So after we know the product and we know the quantity, we can get price by using this logic, get unit price for a given product. And then we added the price to the basket. And we can get the amount by using this function. Instead of you coming here to say price times quantity, we already defined that in get amount. So it helps us with that calculation. It stores the value in amount and we add the amount to our basket. Then it asks the user, do you want to buy more? If they say yes, it continues the dialogue. If they say no, the conversation or the dialogue breaks and then it goes into result formatting. So somewhere around here, you can just come in here and say print something like this, customer name or customer is format customer name, okay? And then somewhere beneath, you can put mobile number. Mobile number, okay? And then somewhere down here, you can put a space between mobile number and the body of the work. Yeah, so this is the only enhancement here, apart from the fact that after our final item, we need to put the grand total because they will need that grand total. So let me add it so that it doesn't give you a headache. It's something you can do on your own. I can come in here and say grand total is equal to, remember we have amount basket, okay? We have an amount basket. So I'll come in here and say, initially, let's say get grand total. Or let's say total amount. It's not grand total. This is total amount. So say total amount initially is 0. But I'll come in and say for X in amount basket, for every item in amount basket, total amount should be equal to the original total amount plus X. Okay. If X is confusing you, I can call it for every AMT in that, then I'll call this AMT. Yeah. So this one gives me the total amount. And if you want to display total amount in your results, you can display it. We'll find a way of, let me see. I'll say display total amount. How best can I do this? I'll say print total amount should be total amount. But if I do this, it will print total amount under 5. And that's not what you want. You want it to be close to this 350. So you can also play around with this. So it will look like this. How many tabs do I have here? 5. This is 2, 5, 7, and then 9. So I can say, let me use 6 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And somewhere here, I put an empty space. Let's run this. Miriam Badru 08174600368. Product name, she buys egg. 10, she buys bread. No, I keep making this mistake. She buys bread. She's buying 12. I'm not buying anything again. All right. So you can see total amount is almost where I want it to be, even though it's not yet there. So you can still tab it in maybe 2 more times. And then it gets here. Then the challenge is, why is my total amount not showing? It's supposed to be displayed because there is 0 here. There is nothing showing here. So we will need to go and check what's wrong with our total amount. It should show me 120 plus 120 should be 240. So 240 should be in front of total amount here. We can check that together. Let's see. Total amount, even if it is 0, it should put 0, not just go blank on me. But we can play around with that at our convenience and then fix whatever the issue is. The issue will always be from somewhere here. So I can come around and say, block this, even though that should not be my headache. Yeah, that shouldn't be. Let me check again. Total amount is 0 initially. Then to get everything in amount basket, I'm saying add all of the items to this. Yes, this is correct. And then the final value of total amount is what we want to see here. Yeah, this looks good. I don't know why it isn't working, but let me check quickly. Miriam, she has this number. She's buying egg. It's 12 units. She's buying, no. She's buying one more thing. She's buying bread. 10. She's not buying again. Okay, I think I'm almost there. So total amount comes out, the caption comes out here, but the value isn't coming out. So we can investigate why the value isn't coming out. And I'll do that after the class so I don't keep you here. And I'll fix it and let you know. So when you are watching, I'll put the comment on WhatsApp for you to see. And our project ends there. So you have successfully been a part of a team that wrote a project or a Python code that can process, the total amount to be paid by anybody that's coming to your store to buy anything. So over to you, Mr. Chairman. If there are questions, I would like to take them now. And you have the floor.
Okay, so thank you very much, HIB, for the uncle. I think for this last, that should be the appropriate register. Okay, so thanks, Uncle, for this class. We are grateful. Now, I want to ask the pupils a vital question. So let me pick names. Read one, Alabi. Have you ever followed? Have you ever followed mommy to supermarket before?
Sir.
Okay. Do you see similarities between what we are doing and what you experience when you follow mommy to supermarket?
Like the same thing.
They are the same thing. Okay. Now, let me ask another person. Abdullah Tijani, will you agree with Ridwan? Will you agree
Yes, sir.
with Ridwan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Ikeoluwa, will you also agree with the two, what's it called? The two of them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Miriam, will you also agree with them? Waris, will you also agree with them?
Yes.
Mila, will you also agree with them?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, fantastic. Now, let me ask a question. Supposing mommy asks you to go to supermarket, and mommy asks you to buy soap, and you take soap to the counter, and you tell the machine, the computer, that you are paying for soap, do you think that the machine will recognize your item?
Yes, sir.
Why do you think
Yes, sir.
so?
Because it is in the dictionary.
Depends.
Because it is registered in the dictionary.
Okay. Miriam, do you agree soap is registered in the dictionary?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Miriam, are you there?
yes, I'm here.
Do you agree that soap is defined in the dictionary?
Yes, although I think that there'd be different types of soap. So you'd have to say the exact name. But
Thank you. That is exactly the test. The reason why you have to define your item, why you have to define your variable, is because every product has a name. If you go to supermarket to buy a toothpaste, you are not going to buy toothpaste, you are going to buy close-up or long, what's it called? Long trip or whatever. Or you buy McLean or you buy whatever. So there is no product on the shelf in supermarket that is called toothpaste. Okay? Either you see McLean there, you see close up there. So even though all of them are toothpaste, but to computer, they are not toothpaste. To you, they are toothpaste. To computer, it is either close up and it tells you the price. So it is either McLean and it tells you the price. So if you define your product as toothpaste, will you put it on the computer?
Yeah.
So that's for ambiguity is the reason why we have to define our what's it called? Our variable, our item. You say, okay, McLean toothpaste, egg, so that machine can capture it. You get the gist. Okay, let me ask you another question. Do you think that the machine will be able to capture egg?
No.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think so? Why do you say no and why do you say yes?
Because the egg does not have a specific name.
Because egg is
Oh.
egg. Because egg is egg. That is
Thinking
correct.
about, I don't know, I was thinking about barcodes, sorry.
Okay. So these are technical issues in programming. You have to think through and say, okay, because when you now do the work, you now see that you are not getting results because of some technical semantic issues that you should have done a very good, homework to handle. Okay, so and that's why we define our items. When we define our items, that initially we learned it by defining our variable. Now we have practicalized it in the supermarket where our items are what are products on the shelf. Is it not true? So what if we are handling a program that has to do with our report card? What do you think will be our variables? Okay, can Mila tell me if supposing what the program we want to write is about our report card, what would be our variable?
Subjects.
Subjects. So now, who can tell me in his or her own report card where subject is? Is it number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Do you have subjects written on your report cards? Will you get your program right if you define your variable as subject? So you have to define it as physics, as chemistry, mathematics, English, because at the end of the day, they will be the one to carry values. Is it not true? So if you use subject or use science subject or use art subject, will you find values for the art subject, science subject? No. You find values for history, for government, for economics, but you won't find anything like social science or for physical science, because they are not your subject. Your subject are physics, chemistry. So these are how you define your variable, and that's specific of that. So that this is the practicality of programming. So as you now begin to try your hands in your own programming, the first step to do is to look at your data critically and define your variables, your item in the way it appears real life, not the way you imagine it or the way you conventionally handle it, no, but the way it actually appears in real life. Otherwise, you won't find value for it. Okay, so you can use detergents, you can use soap, but you can use Omo, Viva, Ariel, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I think that's it. There are so many things we'll learn today. I don't want to take our time. So many things we learn today. And I think today's class, we have to go through it before tomorrow because it is loaded and I can see that we are beginning to handle technical issues as well. So don't think you have known it, even if you understand what we have done today. Don't think you have understood it. So what do you do, Mila? Mila, can you tell me what you should do? Isan, can you tell me what you should do after this class? Riwan, will you tell me what you should do after this class? Okay, let me ask my question again. Abdullah, do you think what we learned today, you have understood it correctly?
No, sir, we should still go and revise it.
No,
Okay,
sir.
so
It's complicated a little.
Sir, but still, I still want to submit my project assignment. Like, I want to share the screen of my project.
okay. So this is how to master it now. You have to go back and listen over and over again, and then you try your own, and you make your own mistakes, okay? And you'll be wondering where the error is until you get it right, and you never ever forget again. So who is good in mathematics here? Is there anybody who is good in mathematics? Who likes mathematics here?
No, I do.
Okay, fine. So many of us actually do like mathematics. Okay, so now you realize mathematics until you practice it and practice it and practice it. Even though you know it, but the more you try examples and you try examples and you try examples, and that's why your mathematics textbooks come with so many questions for each subject in mathematics. So if you are doing log, you see you have about 50 log questions. When you are doing indices, you have about 50 indices questions. When you are doing arithmetic, proportion, and all that, you see so many. So because the more you practice it, the more you are good at it. Same with programming, because every mathematics that we learn is also an algorithm. The way we are taught is an algorithm. So if you are taught at home in a way, you get to school, your teacher teaches you in a different style, you get confused and you may not know the subject again. So when you get home, you have to tell your parent that this is how we are taught. So when you understand how you are taught, they can go through it with you in order for you to be good at it, because it is like programming. Okay? So same here. You have to practice over and over, and then you become good at it. And then you have to show us what you have done. Okay, throw it open on the WhatsApp. Don't wait till class, because uncle will not have time for us in class. So, but when you throw it on the WhatsApp group, he looks at it, he studies it, and he sees your mistake. He will make a mental note to correct you. If you can reach you, correct you. If you can't reach you, make a mental note, and then during our session, he will make, he will make a comment, or talk about it. So that's it. So I wish you guys a good night. Practice, and I will know when you practice when I start to see your what's it called, your written programs on the platform. Okay, so thank mommy and daddy for providing data for us, and have a wonderful night. And to our uncle, a big thank you, sir.
Thank
And
you,
God bless you
everyone.
for us.
Bye-bye.
Bye, good night.